This is Remerge Real Talk, a space for app marketers to share their experiences working with us to create high-performing campaigns. Find out what we've discovered together.
My name is Vincenzo. I have been working at the Delivery Hero for around 3.5 years by now, leading the mobile marketing department globally. So based in Berlin, being in the city for around 8-9 years by now. And yeah, thank you for having me. Looking forward to our conversation.
Recently, we launched a test on our new product, basically running UA campaigns on no ID, leveraging incrementality measurement, and specifically causal impact. So specifically for this test, which obviously is a very important one for both of us, let's say, what was like the most important thing for you going into the test, and why did you, let's say, trust Remerge with testing a new product with obviously everything going on? Different traffic, different measurement, and also in a post-ID world.
Yeah, so we were very excited about this new opportunity that Remerge basically offer us to be part of the, let's say, alpha tester, basically, to test this product and evaluate like the results in order to be prepared for a no ID world. Mainly like this has been like very long-lasting partnership, and we were very excited about that, and mostly because the level of interaction that we had in these years with Remerge was always very much appreciated. We had many conversations with the product teams, with data scientists, with a lot of people inside the company, and so on and so forth. So we were we tend to see you as a partner that also fuels our growth, where we grow together. Basically, the reason why we took this journey together, basically because the level of trust and transparency that we have built it along the way. Like we heavily trust the product and the capabilities of the team in order to fuel our growth as well.
So it has been in general, because incrementality measurement has been a focus for us for quite some time. The same for you guys as Delivery Hero. How do you see this type of measurement being relevant in the post-ID world?
We are measurement freaks in Delivery Hero, and we try to measure everything we can. And the fact that Remerge came up with the product from the really beginning about even before the rollout of the ATT and the scan was there in order to be prepared about eventually measurement of the campaigns was something that we haven't seen from a lot of other DSPs. Incrementality, I think, will actually be even more important in this case than before, because you will lose some visibility over other metrics, which are very important for every marketeer. Before we were used to run campaigns on a very granular level and optimize at a very granular level. Now the situation is slightly different, and I think incrementality can give you this, let's say, can be a tool that you can use to evaluate even more granular the performance of the campaigns. And I think causal impact overall as a methodology is something that it will be more and more adopted in the market, or at least we are hearing this more and more in the industry, where a lot of people are also big ad tech companies are basically bringing this up as a methodology, and it will be only it can be only the future of the measurement, because it gives you good insight and good steering capability while you lost some visibility over other metric.
What was the most helpful for you while we were running the test and also looking at the results of the test?
Very much curious about developing this together and find out together what will be a good outcome in the end of the day, right? So the idea was always to have a different methodology, a different tool that can prove the incrementality of the campaigns that we run with Remerge. and like, you know, you were able to iterate and like, you know, come up with fixes along the way very fast, because the number of tests that you run was very high. And I don't know, I think we ran something as 100 plus tests in, I don't know, a couple of months. So it was like pretty impressive. This really tells us, like, you know, the amount of effort that you were really putting into that. And that's why we were also, like, you know, very much comfortable with committing with some budget allocation to develop this tool, because we were seeing, like, you know, a lot of commitment from you, and also a lot of passion from the people that are working on it. They really wanted to bring this the baby to to life, and make it available for customers in the end.
Cool. And then, I mean, speaking specifically about, let's say, selecting partners, I think we talked about what's important. Do you see a difference between like a year ago versus now in terms of the partner mix you have? And what's your selection process? And I would say why Remerge is still a partner within your mix.
Remerge has like pretty much all the functionality that we want. Now we are going also, like, you know, towards some more advanced way of optimizing the campaigns, custom building algorithms, and so on. That, you know, it's like the way we want to go. So also the fact that, you know, we have, what we're looking into a partner is, like, you know, greater level of transparency, but also a greater level of collaboration about, like, you know, what are our needs and how you can fulfill them, you know.
Cool. One other interesting question I would love to discuss with you was about, obviously, the marketing mix you want to have moving forward. Obviously, there's different players, different advantages, different capabilities within the new era. A lot of the things are like leveling out. What's your take on that?
This new, let's say, norm of like not having so many identifiers in the industry anymore. The playground, it gets, like, you know, it levels out like a little bit the competitive advantage that other DSP did have in the past, especially, like, you know, when like companies that were relying a lot on device graphs and, like, you know, having like very sophisticated lookalike models. The way that you don't have anymore these kind of identifiers that can basically tell you at user level what, you know, and predict, like, you know, where the model will predict a user level which action they will take, and so on and so forth, will actually, like, give the possibility and the chance to other DSP to be at comparable level and to play on the same level.
What advice would you give to other mobile marketers, like within your space, or navigating similar challenges? And it can be any type of advice, right? Either like how you managing internal challenges, external challenges with partners, any advice that you think will help people listening in?
I mean, I'm lucky enough to work in a company like Delivery Hero, which is, like, you know, a very big corporate that is also working on the side of developing tools internally and so on. And but there are, like, you know, the great companies like Remerge that offer the possibility to, you know, smaller brands that don't have that capacity or the capability to work on, like, you know, very sophisticated models and in very sophisticated ways. So I will always advise, like, you know, to don't get comfortable with what you have, but always, like, you know, try to aim higher, as one of the motto that we have internally in the company. Always aim higher, and try and test, like, you know, and keep, like, you know, focus on what's important for you. Yeah, this will be my 2 cents.
Thank you for watching Remerge Real Talk. To find out how we can boost your app's performance, click on the link in the video description.